Hello gamers, this is Sai and welcome back to Which Way Games. When it's close to midnight, what evil lurks in the darkness? And with that being said, let's get on with the video.
Finally, some fresh air and open beautiful space. What the hell's that? Creepy music? Scary part of the woods. I think I'll pass. What the? Who do you belong to? Huh? Mr. Popo, is that you? Meow! Stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger! Not like this, not like this, not like this! Ah! Oh, thank God it's gone. Whew.
Ugh. Something doesn't feel right. In fact, where's my phone? I thought there was a chill in the air. Now with the month of October finally here, that means all manner of evil creatures and entities will start appearing at gamers' front doors. And like most, we turn all the lights off and hide on the floor. Don't deny it, we all do it. When it comes to the strange and mysterious, mankind can't seem to get enough, especially when it comes to stories of a supernatural element. Stories of ghouls lurking in the darkness, entities tormenting the living, and the dead rising up from their graves in search of living flesh. Seems that stories of this nature really get the imagination to run wild, and as such has already inspired plenty of video games over the years that have also delved into the very realms of the supernatural. And speaking of that, two game developers that come to mind that are well known for horror-inspired games are Capcom and Konami. Capcom are widely known for a variety of games, but the Resident Evil series really do stand out from among the rest. The Resident Evil series has certainly seen a number of entries over the years, starting all the way back on the PlayStation with gamers searching for a way to escape a creepy and mysterious mansion, then onto a mission to uncover the truth surrounding the Umbrella Corporation. And as for Konami, they've made so many games that to list them all will be another video entirely, but one game that strikes fear into gamers is the Silent Hill series. Both video game series are great, but in today's video I'll be looking at Silent Hill, which gave a whole new twist on the horror genre. Development for Silent Hill began in 1996 by games developer Konami, who wanted to produce a game that would appeal to the emotions of gamers as well as taking a sidestep in the whole horror genre. A small group of developers within Konami decided to take on this task and call themselves Team Silent. Not wanting Silent Hill to be classed as a clone copy of Capcom's Resident Evil, Team Silent opted to create a game with the fear of the unknown, so they looked towards psychological types of horror as well as the occult. And with this in mind, director Kiichiro Toyama wanted to focus on a plot that was dark, contradictory and vague to really keep gamers guessing as the story unfolded while playing. With artist Takeyoshi Sato designing the characters as well as the majority of the enemies found within Silent Hill, it does wonder who may have inspired him to create such monstrosities of horror. Perhaps Kentaro Miura, the author of the Berserk series, was an inspiration. I mean, this is the stuff of nightmares. And as I mentioned before about not wanting to be a clone copy of Resident Evil, Silent Hill was rendered with fully 3D characters as well as environments for the gamer to explore. Although the only drawback in this would be the limitations of the PlayStation's hardware. But to get around this small problem, Team Silent decided to set the world of Silent Hill in a thick and mysterious fog. With the world of Silent Hill created and after almost 3 years of development, Konami were ready to release Silent Hill into the world for gamers to enjoy in 1999. And like always, let's go back to the past to see how Silent Hill was advertised.
コナミが本当の恐怖を教えよう。サイレントヒル。Konami.
The story of Silent Hill begins with Harry Mason on a drive with his adopted daughter Cheryl towards the sleepy town of Silent Hill. While on the car journey, a mysterious girl suddenly appears in the road near the edge of the town, and Harry narrowly misses her but crashes his car and loses unconsciousness. Upon waking, Harry realises that Cheryl is missing and a strange fog has enveloped the town of Silent Hill. A strange chill is in the air and bizarrely, snow is falling from the sky despite it being out of season. Leaving his abandoned car, Harry walks into Silent Hill and notices that the town appears deserted as if no one's lived in Silent Hill for some time. Feeling uneasy by all this, Harry continues in his search for Cheryl, but then a loud siren bellows and he's ultimately chased by grotesque and hostile creatures that are the stuff of nightmares. When these creatures appear, a darkness befalls the town, and Harry must do what he can to rescue Cheryl and leave Silent Hill before he succumbs to the darkness and the evil that lays within. Gameplay for Silent Hill sees gamers controlling Harry Mason from a third-person perspective as he makes his way through a monster-filled town in search of his adopted daughter Cheryl. Every now and then the game will switch camera angles to give a dramatic effect, especially when being pursued by the evil creatures of the dark, very much like the early Resident Evil series. Harry will have to fight his way through Silent Hill with firearms as well as melee weapons. But seeing as he's a mere mortal, Harry can't sustain much damage, nor is he a very good shot due to his inexperience with firearms. The whole town is covered in a layer of fog that over time will become thicker and eventually the darkness will take over, transporting Harry into the other world. This other world is filled to the brim with dark entities as well as harder versions of monsters to defeat. I bet Harry wishes Guts from the Berserk series was there to help. Enemies come in shapes and sizes, each doing what they can to put the strike of fear into Harry as well as gamers. And if gamers are playing with a DualShock controller, they'll be able to feel the beating of Harry's heart, especially when his health is low. This feature is a nice touch by Konami, especially building the tension for gamers who know with every single step that Harry takes is one step closer to his eventual demise. Throughout the game, gamers will find themselves running into a strange and mysterious creature that just can't be killed, as would always come back time and time again. This would be the infamous Pyramid Head that some gamers consider to be in the top 10 of scary enemies in video games. Scares the hell out of me every time. Throughout Silent Hill, Harry will collect various items such as much needed health packs, a torch that will only shine a few feet ahead, and probably the most important item in the game, the trusty portable radio. This radio will start to crackle with static when evil creatures are near, which is very handy if gamers wish to avoid being attacked. Along the way, Harry will encounter many characters trapped in the town of Silent Hill, some willing to help while others have other agendas in mind. Coming back to the story, throughout his search for his daughter Cheryl, Harry comes to the realisation that the darkness is actually the stuff of nightmares, and that the creatures that have manifested are part of an individual's dark and troubled mind. The individual turns out to be a small girl called Alyssa with supernatural abilities, who sadly was horrifically harmed by a mysterious cult in the pursuit of power from the dark side. With her wounds never healing, thanks to her unwanted immortality, Alyssa uses her supernatural abilities to create a vision of herself that will torment the cultists, as well as making the town of Silent Hill feel her pain. Battling his way through the many dark entities that are out for his soul, Harry meets several others that are looking for a way out of Silent Hill while being pursued by the evil darkness. Harry eventually comes face to face with a supernatural entity that now possesses Alyssa. Harry learns of a connection between Cheryl and Alyssa that will reshape his view of the world forever, as well as his beloved adoptive daughter. When Silent Hill was released, it was classed as a critical success and changed the rulebook for future horror-themed video games. And with multiple endings for Silent Hill, this really adds the replayability, and to get the true ending depends on the decisions made by the gamer. As I mentioned earlier, Silent Hill focused on psychological horror, which was a nice step away from the conventional horror style of other games that came before. Gamers would find themselves listening out for strange noises and the crackle of the radio. Silent Hill is a great game to really get gamers in the mood for Halloween, and with Harry being pursued by the creatures of the night, gamers will certainly feel a sense of urgency while playing. And from the success of Silent Hill, many sequels were made, which I'll come back to in future videos. There were also 2 films made that explored the world of Silent Hill and explained more about Alyssa as well as the cult that were found within the town of Silent Hill. These films are definitely worth a watch, and as for the following game sequels that came after Silent Hill, each of these took the series even further into the realms of occult and horror. Each new instalment expanding the universe of Silent Hill and trying out new ways to scare gamers by having them coming back for more. Anyway, come back next time where Razio has to deal with the consequences set by the vampire Kane and how his refusal to accept the sacrifice plunged the world of Nosgoth into darkness. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.
You